Downing Street has said that Brexit trade talks are over and there is no point to negotiations continuing unless there's a fundamental shift in the EU's position. Boris Johnson says Britain should get ready for leaving without a deal on January the 1st after an EU summit in Brussels concluded it is the British who should be making concessions. Here's our Europe editor, Katya Adler.
EU leaders had lots on their mind at this summit, the COVID crisis first and foremost. But eyes and ears here were also very focused today on Downing Street. How would Boris Johnson react to their demand that the UK must give way first if a trade deal is to be agreed? The answer? Not positively.
It's clear from the summit that after 45 years of membership, they are not willing, unless there's some fundamental change of approach, to offer this country the same terms as Canada. And so with high hearts and with complete confidence, we will prepare to embrace the alternative and we will prosper mightily.
Downing Street's clear message: trade talks are over unless the EU changes its tune. No chance, retorted France's Emmanuel Macron.
Nous sommes conscients.
We are always aware that it's the United Kingdom that wanted to leave the European Union, that is leaving the European Union, and that needs an agreement even more than we do.
After months and months of EU and UK negotiators shuttling backwards and forwards between London and Brussels, both sides are fed up. The key sticking point still in talks: the rights of EU fishermen to fish in UK waters after Brexit, competition regulations, known as the level playing field, and how disputes should be resolved if a trade deal is agreed. Angela Merkel said today the EU's chief negotiator would head to London on Monday to launch intense last-ditch talks. But this evening the government said no. As things stand, there was no point. This flexing of muscles and ultimatum giving by the UK and the EU is hardly surprising at this stage. But is it the end of the road or political posturing before difficult compromises are reached? Concessions are going to be needed by the government and the EU if a deal is to be found. And for those who really believe in this deal, tonight feels like a case of so near and yet so far. Katya Adler, BBC News, Brussels.
And our political correspondent Ian Watson joins me now from Westminster. So are these talks really over?
Well, I think, Sophie, if you're to listen to the rhetoric coming out of Downing Street, you could assume that the door to further trade talks has been slammed firmly shut. We heard from the Prime Minister there saying that we could prosper without a trade deal. His official spokesman went even further and said the trade talks were over because the EU wouldn't change its negotiating position. And tonight, Lord Frost, the UK's chief negotiator, spoke to his EU counterpart Michel Barnier and in effect told him it wasn't worth his crossing the channel for any future talks at this stage. But it turns out that both men have agreed to stay in communication, probably by phone, early next week. So the door to future trade talks, in fact, remains slightly ajar. But the consistent complaint from Downing Street is that the EU simply hasn't got its collective head round the idea of the UK becoming an independent state. So it's looking for a big, perhaps looking for too big a change in attitude from Brussels. Tonight, Labour are urging the government to pull back from the brink of no deal. And in truth, Sophie, I think that's where we are, very much on the brink, but not past the point of no return.
Ian, thank you.